Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little Robin Birdhouse Christmas card. Okay, so I'm just getting my notes here actually so I can see what I used. So I've used here the Country Woods Suite from the main catalogue, and my inspiration from this came from my upline Liz Shannon. Yes, so thank you for the idea, Liz. I changed it up a little bit from her original, but it was a very cute idea to use the robin. So this is the bundle that I've used here, Country Birdhouse, and also I've used the Country Woods Designer Series paper, and I've used this very dark one here, and then also the one just above it. But you know, so many of those would work. The trees in the background here are from an online exclusive bundle called Frosted Forest. I got my teeth mixed up over that. So in the bundle you can get or you get the stamp set, the dies, and also these masks for £61. But I think they're just really beautiful images of the trees. So yeah, so if you're wondering, that's where the background came from. Let me show you the supplies you need to make this card. So you need a piece of thick A4 cardstock cut in half. So I've cut it at 4 1/8, which is half of A4, and I've also cut it at 11.5 inches and then scored it at 5 3/4. You need a piece of real red cardstock that measures 4 inches by 5 5/8. You need a piece of basic white cardstock that measures 3 3/4 by 5 3/8, and you can see I've gone ahead and I've embossed this with our Snowflake Sky embossing folder, one of my faves. Let's see what else. You need scraps of the Designer Series paper here. You need some Glimmer paper. Now this one here is from an online exclusive. You get Berry Burst, I think it's Garden Green, and the white. And then this one's in the mini catalogue, and this is Garden Green and Cherry Cobbler maybe. But I'll put all the links below if you want to order anything from me. Of course, I'd be very grateful. But also the links take you directly to the product in my online shop. Let's see what else. That's about it for supplies at the moment. Oh, and some early Espresso cardstock, which I've already gone ahead and cut some of these pieces just to speed up the video. Okay, so on the white layer, I've already embossed it, and we're going to stamp straight onto that. And I found these trees stamped really nicely. So I'm just getting out my class box here. So I'm using these two here. So Garden Green ink. So with this big one here, just make sure you ink it up really well. And then I'm going to stamp this quite near the top on the right hand side, and press down really well because you're going over the little bobbly bits. Okay, and then the smaller tree, I'm going to ink up and then stamp one in the center near the top, and I'm just overlapping those. And then on the on the left hand side, I'm just coming down a little bit. But here I wanted to get this one showing above. Let's put that back in the shot. Okay, so that's the Garden Green for now. So I've used the dies in the set. I've pulled them out here, so that's from a different set, and those ones are I was doing 3 projects at once. So this little birdhouse I've cut out in the Country Woods, and to make it so that I could get the most of them out of my class, I have a large number of class ladies to cut for. I didn't cut the full tree house, and in fact I didn't even cut that full bottom bit there because I needed this measurement to be 3 inches. If you want this bit, you'll need at least 3 1/4, maybe 3 1/2 that way. Let me show you on this Glimmer, or maybe on this side it might be a bit sparkly. To what's that? No, that's 3 as well, so that's pretty much what I cut there. So you see I'm missing the bottom bit here, but actually I didn't want the tree house to go up too far, birdhouse to go up too far anyway. So yes, this looks slightly smaller than it would do if you cut it even without the base here, the full bit. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the most out of my designer series paper, but that's a good tip, you can do that. And then I've used this little circle, the smallest one from the Stylish Shapes, the circle, to cut the little hole for him to get in his house. And I've also used that to cut this lighter colour wood, which I also did this little bit of roof on, okay, to get this little circle. So that's this one here. So I've cut the roof. Again, I've gone ahead and cut one. And also, oops, I just flipped some stuff across my desk. One of these little circles. And that's going to go in there, okay. So I've gone ahead and cut those. And to do that, I just basically kept moving the die down this piece of, this is the one here for the roof. I just kept moving it down to cut for my class all the way down. Okay, and then I've used this die here. This is just in Early Espresso. And I've also cut the little fancy stand here in Early Espresso as well. And when we come to stick that on, I've chopped a little bit off there to make it sit on the card, but I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so I'll show you how I got the icicles as well. Let me just get that out. So it's from this stamp set, these dies here from Frozen Edges in the mini catalogue on page 50. And it's this one here. You could fussy cut some icicles on the Glimmer paper, but I just thought, do you know what? Why do that when I've got a die already? So I took a piece of 3 by 3/4 Glimmer paper, the white Glimmer, and I just chose a bit that I thought, you know, there's a bit hanging down this end, a bit that end. Lined it up with the edge on the back and just popped that through the die cutting machine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And the piece that comes out the other side I've used for this little bit up here and this bit in here. So I'll be right back once I've cut this. Okay, so let's pull this piece out. So this is the piece we're going to use up here. And then this piece that's left in the die, it's shifted a bit, but it's fine. We're going to use on here. Oops, this way up. As our little icicles on here. So what I did was I stuck that on here and then flipped it over and just trimmed off these bits on the back. So let's go ahead and do that. I haven't tried my glue for a while, so hope it's going to work. So just a fine line along the top here. Yay. And then, actually probably didn't need to go right to the edge because I don't think this won't go right to the edge either. So position that on there so that it goes right across the top, and then flip it over onto the back, and you can just trim off these edges, or you can leave them if you want, but I just think they look a bit what's the word, kind of straight. Perfect. So there we go. Cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop these layers together. So there's a small border all the way around, and I'm going to put glue on the back of this Real Red piece. Do you have a favourite? Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, maybe Poppy Parade for Christmas. I love Real Red, I love Cherry Cobbler, but I think Real Red's my favourite. But, you know, sometimes, depending on which card you're doing, one suits more than the other, I think. I think Cherry Cobbler's more kind of classic Christmas. This is a bit more kind of upbeat, isn't it? So, okay, so this one's also going to layer on there just with glue. I nearly picked up a re-inker then. That's not going to help. Okay. So, this one, a bit more of a border on the hair. That looks about right. Okay, so with this little stand piece here, like I said, if you put it on just as it is and then put the birdhouse on above here with the little layer, it's going to be right at the top, which is fine if you want that. But I wanted mine to show a bit more of the tree detail up here. So I'm going to snip just about half of this base off, and then we're going to stick that down here in the middle at the bottom, sort of line up along with the basic white. So you just want to put a couple of dots where you can, just to keep it in place. A bit more up there. So how are we in mid-November already? It's just crazy, isn't it? Where's the time going? Does that look about central? Yeah, pretty much, I think. Might move it over a little bit. Yeah, lovely. Doesn't matter if it's not right in the centre. Okay, this one we're going to flip over, and I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back of here. So maybe 3 along there, I think will be just fine. Get these backings off. Oh, come on. There's always one. Okay, so we want it this way up, and I'm just going to line it up pretty centrally along the top of the stand there. And then with this one, we're also going to prop it up, but first we're going to attach the little roof bit here. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of here. As always, I've just done my nails before videoing, and I find it really hard to pick stuff up. I should learn, really, but I'll manage. Here we go. Might have to slide it towards me. Okay, so that just lines up on the top of there. Aren't they amazing? All these dies are just perfect. And then before we stick this down, we're just going to take a little piece, let's move that out the way, to pop up here. Okay, so you can choose how you want it to look. I might put that longer one in the middle because yeah, I'm just going to use that. So I'm going to just tear that piece off there and stick this one on. So pretty much behind the tall piece. You might have this, it might cut in 2 pieces. It's just how it ends up coming out, really. So I might move that to one side a little so it's not quite so central. I don't like things being too central. Okay, and then again, you're going to flip this over and just cut that bit off the back. And you can always, if you want to, where's the rest of mine gone? Chop a bit more off because mine's looking a bit kind of one-sided. You can always, you know, add another bit in. Let's do that. Which one do I want? That little one? Let's pop that on. Okay. Stuck to me. Sorry, I'm being a bit fussy here. Oh, I might do that one. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of glue here. Kind of want that to sit nicely there, so I'm going to go that way a little bit with it. Oops. With the Glimmer paper, it doesn't always love the glue, so I look a bit one-sided now as well. Maybe the smaller one would have been better. Sorry, I'm being really indecisive here. That's better. That's better. Okay, so again, just trim that last little bit off. But you can, you know, spend time playing around with that, but that looks cute. Okay, so dimensionals on the back of this one as well. Don't worry about this little piece. We're going to sink that in a minute. Right, so pop them on here so that it props it all up nicely. And one here, I think. Okay. Do you know, I haven't even thought about Christmas shopping yet. I've got another Christmas special class coming up this weekend and the following Thursday. They're my December classes, but I must get some Christmas shopping kind of thought about, even if I don't buy it all. Okay, so this is just going to balance kind of at the top of this, in the middle, there. Cute, cute, cute. And then this little piece here, we're going to sink into this hole. So pop a bit of glue in there, choose whichever side you want, and then just pop that in that hole. And then I've used, again, a little bit of this just to make a little bit of snow, kind of a little drift in the corner there. So, oh, lost it now. Come out. That was a bit, I put a bit of glue on earlier. So pop a little bit of glue here. And again, these are all optional little extras, but I thought it looked quite sweet actually. And then just tuck it in and then just move it around before the glue dries, like a little snowdrift. So sweet, so sweet. Okay, where are we up to? Let's cut the holly and the little berries here, and also I'll show you where I get his tummy from in a second as well. Now I've got the holly and the berries from Hang an Ornament dies here. I always try and find a set that's got some holly in, because I know I'm going to use it at some point, but I actually love this little set and we're going to be using it in December anyway. So I've got some garden green glimmer and some of the, I think it was cherry cobbler, I don't think it's real red, maybe it is, but it's in the mini catalogue. It's called Festive Glimmer paper. So let's get those dies. And while I'm cutting that, we're going to cut the little, oh, there's one left in there. We're going to cut, actually I'm going to use that. You get 2 of the berries in one piece. So I've been cutting 4, but actually that will go on there. I'm just going to cut 2 more now because I've got that little one there ready to go. What was I saying there? Sorry. Oh, this little bow as well. I'm going to cut that out at the same time. Now, the bow is a lot bigger than you need, or than I wanted. So I've just cut down a little bit. And we're going to keep this piece, by the way. And then I'm just going to snip off. So get some different snips. I think those ones are a bit gluey. I'm just going to snip off this little piece here from the bow. There we go. Again, you can take your time to make it a little neater. Right, and then we've got our berries here and we've got our holly. And I'm just going to put this die away because they are teeny tiny. I'm looking for my other one. Here it is. You see, I don't want to lose those. And then let's pop the holly out. Okay, everything safely back. Now, you'll see in this one, I've used this little bit that popped out of the bow as this little red breast on the robin. On my original, I just coloured him in, or coloured his little red breast in. Okay, so you can use that or you can colour in, but I quite liked that. So yeah, I just thought, you know, just popped out of there, why not? Okay, so let's pop our holly on. So I'm going to flip that over to the wrong side and just get some glue dots to pop on there. Just a little tip when you're using glue dots. You know, some of my ladies are quite new to glue dots really, but I just pull them off with a pokey tool or with your scissors, and just put it on the back, and then you can just pick it up and position things where you want them to go. So I find them a real handy thing to have around. I use them a lot in my classes. Okay, about there. I'm going to overlap those ones and then flip these ones over, and again we're going to use the glue dots. Excuse me. I've been trying to avoid my eldest, Madison. She's had some sort of virus thing that all of her college friends have picked up, and yeah, she didn't avoid it, but touch wood, hopefully Bo and I have avoided it so far. But you know, of course there's quite a lot of things going around as it's the season, so hoping to stay well to finish all my classes, and then, you know, well, hoping to stay well after that as well. Okay, on the back of here, either a rolled up glue dot, or by that I mean I've just got it here and I'm just literally going to roll it, or a little spot of glue. And then you can have this further down. It's quite cute there actually. Let's put it up there though even. Okay, on there. Now with your little robin, I've stamped him, I've got a little scrap of white here. I've stamped him in Pecan Pie. I even googled a robin to see the colours more. I mean, I know what a robin looks like, but do you know when you want to get it, you know, right for your class? Keep my fingers in there. And then I've used the Pecan Pie blends. So I've just coloured most of him in the bigger end. Now there is a die for the bird, but you get a little white outline around him, and I didn't really want that, so I fussy cut. So just over here. Sorry, I don't know if I finished that sentence there because there was a knock at the door. It's actually my Stampin' Up order. So apologies if I was in the middle of saying something. I'll notice when I'm editing and then I'll go, oh, should have finished that off. Basically is when you come to stamp this, well, I can't remember what I was saying about that now, but anyway, stamp in well, whatever kind of brown you have really. I just did his wing a bit darker. Oh, I think it was about fussy cutting, wasn't it? But of course you can use the dies if you'd rather. You can leave a little bit up there so I can just kind of blend that in a little bit there. Okay. And then I use my early Espresso pen, right marker here, the fine end, just to do his beak and his eye. So I'm going to do a bit bigger. And then also this little bit between his legs, I've kind of tucked his legs under there, but if you stick him on here, you can't cut out that little bit there. So I'm just going to colour in early Espresso between his little legs here, so that when we come to stick it onto the early Espresso paper on here, it's not going to show. So it will look a bit odd for now until I cut him out, but actually I'm just going to finish his legs with the dark Pecan Pie, just in case any of it shows, but it may not because I'm going to tuck him down. Okay, so let's cut him out, and as always, probably easier to turn the paper rather than the snips, because then you can just kind of have a continuous cut. So I'm going to cut him out and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. And while we're just sticking our little robin on, I promised Madison's friend Steph, who listens to my videos, she finds it quite soothing, and I did a shout out for her on one of my videos in the summer, and I didn't actually get round to uploading it. So I just want to say hi, Steph. Finally got round to giving you a mention, and also I know how important robins are to you. Steph's got a really cute little robin tattoo in memory of a loved one. So I just wanted to say, give you a little mention in this video, Steph, because, you know, I think it's, you know, relevant to you. So I haven't seen you for a while. Come and see us soon. I know you've not been well either, so hope you're feeling better. Steph's like my third daughter. Okay, so stuck him on there. Can you see here where I said about the feet, the legs in between? So that's the bit I coloured in, and it blends in with the background. Otherwise, you'd have a white bit here. So you could have either coloured, oh, that's not the bit I want. You could have either coloured his little red breast. And I mean, this doesn't go as far as a little red breast would normally on a robin. But you can choose which way up you have this. I think I don't know now. I don't know which way to have it. Maybe like that, actually. So let's go ahead and stick this one on. I'm going to message Steph in a little bit to say that I've given her a shout out I think you'll be happy, won't you, darling? There we go. Okay. I thought that was a really cute way to use up this little, you know, little piece here. Okay, so anything else? I think we're there. Oh, a little greeting inside. Okay, so I'm using, this one here is a Very Merry Christmas, and that's from the other set of trees, which are decorative trees, that's what they're called. But I really liked the little shape of this greeting, so I'm just going to stamp this one inside in garden green. My garden green needs inking a bit, I think, after class, so I'm just going to ink that quite well. Try and get it straight. There we go, lovely. So I really hope you've enjoyed making my little Robin Birdhouse Christmas card. Take care, see you soon. Bye.